Hello, this is Edgan Montiel, and this is a continuation of the last video. This is for week one of the CSWA certification, like training practice that we're trying to come together and do here at UCCS. So we just built the first piece that we were going to go over today. I wanted to go to File and New, and I'm just real quickly I want to embarrass myself probably and see if how fast I can actually draw what we just did. So it's going to be doing all of the same steps except faster because we want to be able to get good at this stuff and having to remember to do everything in the correct order to be able to make these quickly so we can answer the questions that SolidWorks has for us. Already making errors. So you can see where I make mistakes. So I didn't draw this long enough, so now I did not, did I fix it into place? I did. So I already fixed it into place. I made a sketch relation for it fixed, and I didn't draw it long enough, so I can actually just grab this point, and it won't let me move it, but I can extend it. And I'm being chatty Cathy when I'm supposed to be drawn as quickly as I can. See, I'm going to do it just a little differently. Let's go ahead and do this right away too. 1 and 2 and 3. Oh, it almost did it for me. This one was equals my first global variable, which was 1.5 millimeters. This one was my second global variable, which, whoops, don't you let me SolidWorks? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it was yelling in my ear. I'm wearing my headset. This one was 2 millimeters. That's a global variable. This one to equal half of that global variable I created. I have to write the equation though, because if I just write b divided by 2, it's going to assign it to an actual value and not give me the sigma. So don't make that mistake. Then line to the origin. It's the complicated equation. Oh, I want to do parentheses just to make sure. B divided by 2 parenthesis plus A. That one's good. 2.5, awesome. This one is half of B. Oh, and here, oh gosh, to the center, so tiny. It's half of A. Awesome sauce, so that's all dimensioned. Trim. Get rid of that. Just like before, I need to add the sketch relation of this one. So I just, without holding anything, click on that line and fix it into place. Check. Awesome. It's all black. Now I want to mirror it. That went well. Looks good. Exit sketch. This is my third global variable. And it started off as 110. Oops, I did it again. I'm pretty sure it's 110. And then we got to do the fillets. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those are 1/4 of a millimeter. And then we want to mirror. So the first plane. There's one. There's another. Bodies. Check. Edit the material. With aluminum alloy. So I'm almost done. Oh, 61. There it is. Apply, close. Evaluate. properties, and there it is again. So you should be able to build this relatively quick. I still have that document open. Yep, there it is. 2678. So I got the exact answer that time. So get good at it, son. That was like 5 minutes or less. So when I said 10 minutes, that was being nice. So now we're going to move on to the next one. So making a new part. And it is let's get rid of this guy and pull this one over. This little like pawn, it's a chess piece. So this one we just got to do it once. And if we look here, oops. Why am I so good at messing that up? Nope, other way. We want to be in millimeters, grams, seconds. So always make sure you're in the right units. 2 decimal places. You don't want to report more than what it's asking for. Part origin arbitrary. Ha! I wish. You always want to kind of start smart on how you're drawing these things. Plastics, ABS, and there's the density. It can be built in one file. So again, you want to be proficient at this. So we kind of look at it, and there is a the tutorial for the revolves and sweeps on my YouTube channel, which is a SolidWorks tutorial that I go over. But that's the feature we're going to use on here is revolves and sweeps. So it's just like when you come over here to the features tab, you pretty much almost exclusively have been using extruded boss base. But there's also this revolved boss base feature button, which will actually let us make a drawing and then we spin it around, right? That's the easiest way to construct this one, and it really makes life easy with like round things. So we're going to click on that one to start with, and I love the front plane. It gives me my XY origin here. That makes my life easy. And I'm going to draw everything on the XY. So I can kind of look at the silhouette of this. If I imagined I was shining light on it, I'm trying to draw this shape. And there's been a couple different ways that we did it, but I think, because originally I was like drawing these lines are coming towards the center point here that we're going to draw. But I think drawing it without having to actually touch it made it a little bit easier. So let's give it a try and see if I have to start this video over or edit it along the way. And then the other thing I ran into is this is deceiving because it's showing you the center axis here. That's an axis line. And you kind of want to draw the center line here. It kind of makes you think that way. But the revolve sweep feature doesn't work unless we have a closed box, because it's just like the extrude feature, where if we don't have an enclosed figure, it won't pop it out into 3D place. This is where if we don't have a closed thing and then an axis of rotation, we can't actually spin it around. So just make sure it's a closed figure. So we are going to click on the line tool in its glory, its original form. Starting at the origin. Again, sketch relations along the way. I'm actually going to come back up here to view, because in the last video I turned them off, but I'm going to turn them back on because I'm going to make sure I'm doing them right. So now back to my sketch. Oops, and I clicked wrong, so escape, just like escape, except it's escape. Then go back to my line tool, starting at the origin, click on the orange dot, going up, making it horizontal. So click somewhere. And now the first thing is like a circle. So if I pull away my line tools, the line tool, it's straight, but if I go back on itself really quickly and then come back out, it turns into the arc tool, which is freaking awesome. So this first thing kind of comes this way, and then it's stopping something like that, and then it goes back to a line going this way, and it's kind of coming that way, and then it goes back to another arc, and this one's a 180-degree arc if you look as I'm sketching there. I'm making sure to make a 180-degree arc. And then this line comes back this way a little further than that first line. And it comes that way, and then back into my arc tool. Let's see if we can get it to draw it smart for us here, because we want it like a small shape. I might need to pick something different. Yep, I'm going to hit escape to get out of that tool. So I'm going to click on my arc tool up here, and I want to do a tangent arc. So starting at that point, I'm going to come down this way. Let's see, it comes down, let's say about here. So left click there, and now I want to make an arc coming kind of the other way. It goes something like there. Now hit escape, go back into my line tool, and starting from that point, I'm making a horizontal line coming this way. Is that horizontal with this? Does it let me? I want to make sure I'm horizontal. Well, the 180 degrees. That's what's letting me know. All right, so that comes out not too far, so we'll say there. And then I'm going to use the trick to get back into the arc tool, make a 180 degree arc, and watching for that blue dotted line that's with the x-axis there. So left click there, and then I can finish it by coming over to the left axis, or to the axis there. So there, that's like a rough sketch of the shape, and nothing's pretty, but I made a bunch of sketch relations along the way. So I'm going to go ahead and hit check mark to get out of the line tool here. Check mark. So it's important to note that I made a sketch relation of this arc. Right here, it's coincident with the center point of the arc is coincident with this line. That's an important one to make. I think we have come to find out. It's important to make sure that these are tangent right here, that you're using the tangent arc tool, and that this arc is tangent with those. I think the coincident here one is important, as well as these horizontals. This point out here, oh, see, look, there's one I made I don't think I wanted. We'll have to see if this messes me up later. And so here's another tangent one and a tangent one. Tangent, horizontal, horizontal. All right, so we got all that. So I'm going to start by dimensioning the overall thing. So smart dimension, this line, the backbone of it is actually 38 millimeters. Then I think I am just going to try to tackle this from top to bottom. So I'm going to click on this top arc and pull that out. The schematic says 7.50 millimeters. This little one, let's see what's next. So the center point of this to the back line there is supposed to be 6.5 millimeters. This little arc is 1.5 millimeters. From the top to here is 12.5 millimeters. From here to here, so that point to the back is supposed to be 4 millimeters. This arc is supposed to have a radius of 15 millimeters. This arc is supposed to have a radius of 6 millimeters. The center point of that arc in this back line is supposed to be 3 millimeters. This arc is supposed to be 1.5 millimeters. From the back line to this point is supposed to be, oh, see, and I messed something up. It's mad at me. I'm gonna hit cancel. So I'm gonna hit escape so I can get out of my smart dimension tool. I'm gonna click on this one. Oops. Click on the line for it so I can hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of that dimension. Now I'm gonna use my smart dimension tool again and see if I can go from this back line to that point. The order of things sometimes matter, so 6.5 millimeters. Then from that back line to the origin of that circle is 9 millimeters. And now I can dimension this one, hopefully. Nope. Why is it angry? Let's see, it's probably because of this sketch relation. So I'm going to get out of my smart dimension tool. I'm going to click on this sketch relation right here, double click on it. What is it? I'm just going to click on it and hit delete on my keyboard. There we go. So that helped. I think that was probably what was messing me up. So hit smart dimension again. And let's see, I did the 9, the 6.5, the 3, and 1.5. There we go. Yep, that was the one that was messing me up. So don't make unnecessary sketch relations. So check mark. Well, that actually went well. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So as long as you do all 12 sketches, or all 12 dimensions, And you don't make any unnecessary sketch relations, because there was one over here where it was trying to keep this point even with this bar, is what was going on. And it was actually messing up my whole picture. So just watch out for those unnecessary ones. I think every time that we've messed up when we were practicing this was because we accidentally clicked an unnecessary sketch relation. Always remember that if you turn them off in the first video, that you can turn on and off your sketch relations, and sometimes it's important to see them because otherwise I wouldn't have realized that that's where the mistake was. So now that I'm completely done sketching this, if you remember at the beginning of this video I started by hitting the revolve base boss button. So I hit exit sketch and it should take me automatically into that tool. So all it needs to know is the axis of revolution. So I click the backbone of my drawing here, and it's already set to 360 degrees, and to blindly do it, it's just going to frickin' rotate it no matter what. So hit check. And there we go, we have a pawn. So it wants us to make it plastic ABS. So just like before, I right click on material. I can hit edit material. I can go into the plastics and I can find ABS and I can hit apply and then close. And just like before, go to evaluate and mass properties, and I can find that it's 6.12 grams, which, oh, I'm a little light. Makes me think I missed something. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I got this video. Should we go investigate quickly just to make sure I didn't mess anything up? Oops, I don't know why I minimized that. Come back to me. Close that. So let's make sure the material was right. So this is some troubleshooting that you could do quickly. So ABS, this over, oh, see, I love doing that as well. It's supposed to be 10-20 kilograms. 20 kilograms, so that's good. We had the right material. Let's go look at our sketch. And we have 38, 12.5, 7.5, 1.5, 15, the 4, the 6. All of it looks right. So I'm not sure, maybe I built it big before. I'd be very curious to see what you guys get on this one. So let's all communicate our weight. I am within the variance, I guess, the 10% error. So I'm not sure why I'm a little different, because what am I off? 0.3? 0.03, I mean. Where am I? Oh, I have to get out of the sketch. Evaluate properties. So 6.12 and yeah, 0.03 off. So 0.06, some half of a percent off, I think, is what the math would be on that. But that's pretty close. So let me know what you guys get. Let's communicate more about this one since I didn't make it perfect on this video. But that was it for this week. I don't think there was any more tips and trips that we ran into or any tricks. And there will just be more information next week as we go over more parts. Thanks for watching.